All right, guys, what is up? We are out here in the shop today, and we are working on the 87 Toyota, four-wheel drive, 5-speed, 22R. I had a ton of videos for this truck already made. They were all on a hard drive. I was going to post them when I was a little bit closer to being done, and the hard drive got destroyed in the most typical YouTube fashion ever. So, we're back on it today. This will be the first video, which kind of sucks considering the state that the truck is currently in. So, I'll show you guys, take you through it, and then we'll get to what we are actually doing today, which is installing some sick seats into this thing. They should be really comfortable. So, around. So, it's my 87 Toyota. It was white when I got it. It was also extremely rusty when I got it. So I've started on the patchwork, I've started on the body work. It's nowhere near done. These are the seats we're putting in, by the way. They're out of a BMW. These things are awesome. I'll show you guys, it really isn't that hard to get these in this little itty bitty Toyota. And man, are they cool. But this thing had rust all in it. And most interesting thing is that it had a bullet hole in it. Right up here on top. I've welded it up already. You can see the streaks. It's not anywhere near clean. I just welded it and grinded it a little bit. So these first couple videos are just going to be of the interior, of working on it. I'm still waiting for my engine. I built a motor. I had videos of completely going through it, and the motor ended up being bad anyway. I bought a block with all the internals already in it. Assumed good. It's not. This first cylinder only had 90 PSI on it. And this truck is being built to be extremely reliable. So knowing it had a bad motor, I went ahead and dropped off another one at the machine shop. The only reason this block is still in here is because it's got all my new timing and water pump, timing cover, the metal guides. I mean, everything's already on it, and all my bolts are sorted out. I know where everything goes. So it's staying in here until I get that block back from the machine shop, and I will probably time-lapse building this thing. These are super simple engines. It's really cool. I love it. This is one of the simplest engines I've ever worked on. So this thing had some rust in the interior too. I've got it all coated, just with some good old Eastwood rust encapsulator after I hit it with the wire wheel. But get to the actual video. These seats, Cinnamon, I believe they're out of an E90. I could be wrong though. I didn't see the car that they were pulled from. I bought them from a guy. I actually got both seats. The other one's sitting over there, wrapped in a trash bag. And then I got the rear seat. And we're gonna salvage that so that my interior matches all the way around and build a center console for this truck. So there's some big plans for this. Hope you guys are excited for it. I certainly am. So I'll bring you back in a second and show you how we're gonna put these in. All right, so we're actually gonna do, I don't wanna waste this. I could just throw it back in a pile, but it's just too short. And the bar stock I bought though, I think if I take, and so I tack this right there, and then cut it, flip it over, and put one piece on both sides and drill through it, not only would that make up for that little bit that I need over there, but that should make the bolt, when I drill the hole through it, it'll be a little bit tighter in here, so that would be better anyway. So I think that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and tack on, I don't know if I'm gonna tack on the piece that'll bolt in, so I need to measure that over there, or if I wanna just go ahead and get the cover on it, and I can actually, you know, grind off these edges if I wanted to. I really don't think it'll look bad if I just leave it though and paint it. You really won't be able to see it, but you know, your work isn't in what you can see, it's in time you spend on what you can't. So that's what I'm thinking. I bought like one piece, I think this is 3/8, and then some thinner stuff. And I'm not going to use the thinner stuff. I'll keep it. I was expecting to have to completely fab up brackets for this. So be back in just a second. Alright, I don't know about you guys, but I know everybody has that one thing that like they've been telling themselves they're going to do for forever, and they never actually do it. And it annoys them every time the thing's still hot. This vise is not bolted down right because I have to build this table still. It's going to be my welding table, and I don't want to drill another hole in this and mess up the current mounting system that's on it, because I can just bolt the slats to it. So that's why this thing, you're going to notice if I'm cutting anything, it's going to move around and be really annoying. Sorry, it's one of those things. I promise you eventually it'll get fixed. You can crap on me for it. You know, give me as much negative comments or whatever about it as you want. Doesn't matter to me. I'm fine with it. So this is our little spacer piece. It's still very hot, but I wanted to show you guys the plan there. So that's going to be on the top of it, and then we'll have another piece of bar steel come below it, and we'll drill the hole in it and drill a hole in this, and our bolt will come through this into a nut that I'm thinking I might actually just weld it in here, and then weld this on top of that, drill a hole through it, and then we'll just be able to bolt it straight to this. That piece of bar will be on it, and a bolt straight through into the actual stock mounting holes, because I don't like permanently modifying the truck if I don't have to. Like drilling through the hole, drilling through these is one thing. They go to nothing. It's just a bar. I could weld in another one of these in a couple minutes, you know. But drilling through this hole or through this floor, not only am I gonna have to find a plug for the old hole if I did that, but I'm gonna have another hole in the floor, and I don't want that. I just don't. I will show you guys though. There's new carpet back here for it, and I haven't decided yet on the sound deadening that I want to use. So it's not in yet, obviously. Also because there's a lot of little stuff that I still have to mock up in here. It's a project. Everything's a project. Everything takes time. I mean, I was always told, you know, whatever you think you're gonna pay for it, double it, and you'll be a little bit closer. And then the amount of time you think it's going to take, double it, and it's going to be nowhere near that still. It's still going to be like, you know, another 100 hours worth of work. So it's whatever. It'll be the only single cab Toyota around here, at least, with a complete custom interior besides the dash and stuff. I'm just going to paint this and fix all the cracks. I don't want any rust in my interior. Just, I don't know, I might even replace the steering wheel. Somebody spent a lot of money on this truck at some point and then drove it straight through as much mud as possible. So, I mean, to each their own, I guess, but I'll cut out that other piece, we'll measure it, and then bring out the welder and get it welded. So, all right, I'm back. This is what I came up with. So, I am not a welder. This is my disclaimer for this. I'm not. I just started welding. I just got a welder. And what I did was weld a nut into the top of this that I had a matching bolt to, right? And so it'll bolt to the seat, and then this will go into the original seat hole, or the original bolt hole for the seat. So I wanted to show you guys that before. It's the only thing I've got to fabricate for this. So this horrible welds on the top, those are the worst ones. These ones aren't that bad. I know it's not going anywhere though, and I could have ground them off, but this is actually the second time I did this. The first one I messed up really bad, and I didn't even want to show it on video. It was horrible. So, you know, don't hate on me too hard, but I'm about to throw this in. We'll make sure it works. You'll notice that the hole's a little off center. I think the nut isn't quite center in there either, so when I bolted it in to make sure, and I marked it from the bottom through the cab. You have to take out a little cover to do the drivers, but it's not that big a deal. In fact, yours would probably be easier than mine because the underside of this truck has a thick layer of clay on it. Still, I haven't gotten to, I want to pull the whole cab off of it and pressure wash under it and undercoat it. But that's, you know, I'd like to be able to drive the truck to a buddy's shop to do that. So I'm gonna bolt this in, we'll make sure everything works, and then that's it. That's a seat install on this. And that's it, guys. I went and grabbed a light like I should have, you know, like an hour ago. But that's the only fab work I had to do to bolt in a set of BMW seats in a Toyota. Alright, so we have that bolted in. That's all in. That's all good. It's all 4 bolts in it. So we're going to hook up to the battery here, push it back, and see how it looks. And I gotta remember which one of these is which. I have just one white wire on it because I'm gonna redo all this, and that'll be in a video about the center console build, hopefully. So give me just a second, I'll put you guys down and figure these out. That's my hat, just in case. So horrible. This is some redneck rigging, but if it works, it's not stupid, right? I mean, sometimes it still is stupid, but we'll see. All right. Pretty slow. Then again, I think it's supposed to be. And sound like an old man trying to get into this thing, but that is extremely comfortable. That is way better than that bench seat for sure. That's it for this video, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. I mean, same as every other YouTuber ever says. So this will be it. And get ready for the rest of this interior build because it's going to be sick. That's one thing I am not holding back at all on this truck because I'm going to be in it a lot. So I'd like the inside to be nice. So catch you on the next video.